Everybody wants to be a high income earner, but not everybody is willing to do what it actually takes. There's one thing that high income earners have in common. They are able to lead people, not just lead people in management, but also lead people in making a sale, becoming new customers. Salespeople are what bring in the cash flow to any business. So they're very important to any business, which means they can get paid a lot of money, but only if they do the right things. Let's talk about the pros and cons of salespeople and sales careers in this video, so you can gain more insight of how you can start to become a high income earner in sales as well. So I'm Dr. Lewis Hayden, coach to very high income earners. I've worked with entrepreneurs, I've worked with CEOs, I've worked with high level executives. Sales is an important skill that they have had to learn on their career, whether that's climbing a corporate ladder or going out there and creating their own successes as a business. It doesn't matter. Sales skills are really essential to anything. And because they're essential, that means that you get paid more for it as well. So what are the pros and cons? Well, number one, we've already mentioned, a salesperson has the potential to become a high income earner. The reason for that is because sales is a boundaryless career. What do I mean by boundaryless career? Well, there's a science around boundaryless careers. And what a boundaryless career means is that you are responsible for your own results. If you want to make more happen, you can go and learn some new stuff. You can watch the YouTube videos. You can listen to the podcasts. I've got a Sales Drive podcast, by the way. Look, you keep on learning, you keep on growing. And the more that you learn, the more that you will earn. Not many jobs allow you to do that. Sales does. A lot of people want to be entrepreneurs. You don't need to be. You can be an entrepreneur within a firm, making the decisions on how that business gets more sales. Do you think a business is going to want to turn around and say, hey, look, we don't want more sales? No. That's an entrepreneur then. Now, what stops you from doing that is your own mindset, the way you're thinking about it, the conversations you're having with the manager or boss. No business is going to want to turn away cash flow. So you've got the potential here. The challenge is that you just maybe not know yet, which is what this video is for, how you can start to do more of that stuff to make sure that that cash flow comes into the business. When that business starts to earn more, you earn more. So think cash flow. Salespeople have access to that cash flow, so you can also become a high income earner. You make that business make more, then that will make you make more as well. Number two, salespeople have complete autonomy for their success. Why do most salespeople not make it? Because they're not taking ownership. They're not taking autonomy of what they are actually doing, taking ownership of their actions and taking ownership of the results. So you may know somebody that may be in sales, but are they truly in sales? Have they dedicated their life and their time, their learnings to it? Or are they choosing to treat it like a 9 to 5 job? Yeah, they go home, put Netflix on, and then that's it. Right now, you're watching a YouTube video of how to improve your sales so you can increase your income. How many people do you know that are actually doing that? You're taking ownership by watching this video, and that's autonomy. You've said to yourself, if I'm going to be a high income earner in sales, I need to learn some new stuff. And that's what you're doing right now. What jobs do you know where you can actually go and do that? That it doesn't just because you learn new things in your own time to climb that corporate ladder or maybe look for that next job promotion. Sales is different. Sales, as long as you have a win-win agreement with your company on a commission, then you can make as much commission as you want without having to beg the boss for another pay rise. It's down to you. Autonomy. Number three, self-development. Sales is great for people that like to grow, that are into their own self-development. As I say, you're watching this video, you can listen to the podcast. I have the Sales Drive podcast, so you can listen to it in your car, sales while you drive. That's why it's called Sales Drive. Just search for that on Spotify or iTunes. The more that you learn, the more that you earn in sales. You become more influential. You gain new knowledge. You test things out. And it's not just about learning from videos or podcasts. You also learn on the job, doing more of it. Now, all jobs, of course, you learn, but do all jobs pay you for what you learn? Sales does. So what are the cons then? Is sales for everybody? Yes. But the only thing that gets in the way is people's mindset around sales. See, if somebody has come from a job or a sales job in the past where they've just been a bit of an order taker and maybe in sales or a sales manager, but then they actually go into a business that is, I'm going to say high pressure sales, but that's not the right word for it, that is serious about sales. The businesses that are serious about about sales, they may come across as more high pressure because they know exactly what it takes to reach the company's goals. And the sales that comes into that business, that's the cash flow for all the people in that firm, all the operations team, all the marketing team, all the executive team, all the management, all the finance team comes through that person who's doing the sales. So look at the positives on this, swing it around. You're also in control of those sales, so you're extremely valuable. The problem is that a lot of people don't recognize this and they fall into a bit of a victim mentality. So when their manager or executive or boss is putting pressure on them to do more sales, do more calls, they start to feel a bit victimized about it. Yeah, well, I don't need to do this for this company. Maybe I can go somewhere else. Well, yeah, you can go somewhere else. But are you going to be in a role that where you learn more stuff or try more things out, you get paid for it? Think about that. Do you want the easy life? Easy life now, hard life later, or hard life now, easy life later? Think about it. If you're going to be a high income earner, no matter what you do, it's not going to be easy. So really think about it. Yeah. Is the sales career right for you? There's pros and cons to it. So, number 2 con is that sales is an unpredictable income. Now, a lot of people, I own companies and I hire sales directors, sales managers, sales teams, sales executives. And when you put the job advert out there, you see, we'll put a job advert out there and it'll be for a great salary. And then they'll ask for the commission that's on the back of that salary. And what do you think makes the decision of whether that person will join us? Well, it's not just about the salary and the commission. They want to know that they've got a secure salary over commission. Some people do. But the great salespeople that understand and recognize how good they are at selling actually turn around and want more commission and a lower salary. Why do you think that is? Well, when you see that as somebody who is as an employer, you recognize, wow, this person is a good fucking salesperson. And they will even put their money where their mouth is to say, let's do it commission based. So my journey before doing a lot of things with business coaching around about 10 years ago, and then executive coaching, and now investing, in different businesses, is that I knew I had to learn sales. And I went and worked for somebody for free just so I could work on a commission basis. There was no salary at all. In fact, the commission wasn't that great either, but it was a good company to learn sales in, and I worked for them for free. You got to ask yourself now, what are you going to start to sacrifice so you can learn sales? Is it worth sacrificing 1 or 2, 3 years of your life on a job that could start to teach you some great sales, and then in 3 years time, 4 years, 5 years time, you could be a great salesperson, a sales executive, manager, entrepreneur, whatever it may be? You've learned these great skills. In fact, if you go back and listen to some of the podcasts or YouTube videos with the guests that I've had on that are now successful entrepreneurs, they talk about their journey of how they were in a high pressure sales environment and how much it taught them. So don't hate the high pressure sales environment. Remember, what's the saying? Diamonds are formed under pressure. Feel that pressure and see it as growth, okay? Unpredictable income is the second one. You don't know what will happen. Yeah, let's say that you've made a lot of sales and you're based on commission. Then what's to say that you're going to get that commission next month? Now, somebody who is taking ownership of that commission will make sure that they're earning more and more and more commission, and there's enough in their pipeline to carry on that feed it. Now, some people that want that salary base, as I mentioned about the person that wants the salary versus the commission, is that some people will go for that salary. And the reason that people go for the salary is because they're thinking like an employee, not like an entrepreneur or intrapreneur. An entrepreneur, when they first start, a lot of people like to talk about calling themselves an entrepreneur, but here's the actual facts. In America, most people, 80% plus of people that call themselves entrepreneurs, are earning less than somebody in a job. Just because they're an entrepreneur doesn't mean they're successful. The people that you read about and see on social media, like, Elon Musk and stuff like that, these are 0.0001% of entrepreneurs. Yeah. A lot of entrepreneurs aren't actually making it happen. Why is that? Because they don't have the sales skills in the first place. They don't have the management, the leadership, the finance skills, the whole list. Now, you don't have to be an entrepreneur. You just have to be a great salesperson that can make high commission. Whether you're an entrepreneur or not, when entrepreneurs first start out, guess what? They've got no customers. So they have unpredictable income too. They only get paid when the customer pays. And it's the same for sales. Think about it. You need to learn great sales if you're going to be an entrepreneur, because entrepreneurs have unpredictable income as well. Yet the ones that are successful, that 20% of that, the other 80%, then they make a lot more money. They are the ones that break through to 100K, 200K, million income. Are there businesses out there that are paying their salespeople £500,000 plus? Yes. I know because I work with them. What do you really need to do? Do you need a solid, predictable income? Or are you going to put your money where your mouth is? And if you're going to be a great salesperson, learn what it takes to actually make a lot more money. So you've got good pipeline and predictable income. Number three is that salespeople, well, the reason that they don't succeed is a big con for them is that they don't know how to handle rejection. Sometimes they may feel like they've got a sale on and it doesn't come through. It's just the norm. So it becomes a bit of a numbers game. I don't like the term it's a numbers game, but you do need to have lots of baskets, not all your eggs in one basket. Okay. And a lot of people, even though they think they're good at sales, when it comes to this idea of rejection and these setbacks, they're not resilient enough to actually carry through. So people that are high level income earners in sales, they have a lot of resilience. They know how to handle the setbacks. They have the right mindset to go, look, not this one. Maybe it's coming soon, but don't worry about it. There's plenty more in the pipeline as well. They are taking ownership of building that pipeline ready for increasing their income and making sure it's stable. A lot of people can't deal with that. Yeah. So is sales right for you? Is a sales career right for you? What do you want to do? Do you prefer the stability of a normal job and low income or average income? Or do you prefer breaking through, going commission based and doing whatever it takes to actually become a very, very high income earner in sales? I'll leave that with you.